Baron David Miller joins us, former State Department analyst and negotiator, and now a senior fellow at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. What would you say about all that, Aaron?
I think Trump's special envoy for everything, Stephen Witkoff, is facing a galactic lift. You know, round one, everybody was on their best behavior, and the purpose of round one was to get to round two. Well, Saturday, either in Oman or Rome, I don't know if the venue's been decided yet, the Iranians won Oman. Probably it's least penetrable and vulnerable to Israeli intelligence penetration rather than Rome. I think it's going to be a tougher meeting. Back home, the special envoy for everything faces an impulsive, impatient president that clearly wants a deal, no doubt about it, but he's in a hurry, and a bunch of national security hires, Secretary of State, National Security Advisor, and others who don't believe a deal is possible. So it's unfriendly terrain, frankly, for Witkoff, sitting down with the Iranian foreign minister, and even back home. I think what you saw today is the tension between those who argue that the JCPOA, the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, was basically Satan's finger on earth, and you need you need something better. Well, Witkoff endorsed it by calling it a Trump deal. The question is, well, the Iranians want to go back to the JCPOA for any number of obvious reasons. They will not capitulate. They're scared. I have no doubt about it. The reason they're negotiating is because they can't really process who Donald Trump is. They're worried about a strike and regime stability. At the same time, they're not going to capitulate. So the question, Connell, is whether or not you can find a balance between a little better deal than the JCPOA, but one that preserves what the Iranians need to preserve, their right to enrich at some level. Witkoff says 3.67. It won't be much beyond that. It's going to be a tough lift.
Any tough lift indeed, anytime you're being compared, to your point, in Trump world to something that President Obama put together. You're probably not in a great spot politically, you know, but even outside of the immediate Trump world, and obviously he has his own issues with Iran. I had Ambassador John Bolton on. I mean, his own issues. I mean, they want him dead, basically. Ambassador John Bolton was on yesterday, but he's always been hawkish on Iran. So I asked him about what's going on, and here's part of what he said. Here's Bolton.
There is no evidence, and I mean no evidence, that Iran has made a strategic decision to give up nuclear weapons. Their word isn't worth the paper it's printed on. They've demonstrated this over the past 30 years. As I say, if it's an ultimatum to give up your nuclear weapons, I'm for it. It's unclear what Trump is up to at this point.
He says he doesn't even know what Trump's doing here. And again, he's got his own history with Iran. So this, to go back to your original point, Aaron, is a tough lift internally and politically. So where does Witkoff turn now?
I mean, I think he has to see well, we'll see what he puts on the table. And this is why I think the second session could actually be quite combustible. Again, the question is, it took 2 years, Connell, to negotiate the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. And that did not include other things like ballistic missiles and proxies. Trump seems to be laser focused on the fact that Iran cannot have a bomb. And the question is, what kind of nuclear infrastructure is he willing to accept? And I think that's the key question. And I think Witkoff is right. This is going to be about enrichment levels, and it's going to be about intrusive monitoring and inspections. Look, John Bolton's a very smart guy.
Yes.
But you have a president, Ukraine, Russia, another example. He wants to stop the fighting in Ukraine, but he's not prepared to do what is necessary to actually end the war. And I think this is the same sort of quick, transactional, impulsive deal. He wants to be able to walk away and say Iran is no closer. In fact, they're further away from a weapon as a consequence of what I put on the table. Is that going to be good enough for the John Boltons? No, absolutely not.
No, never.
But it may be good enough for Donald Trump, or of course, is it good enough for one Benjamin Netanyahu.
That's another question, right? So we'll see. I guess they're supposed to go back out at Saturday, and whether it's direct, indirect, where it's located, we'll see what happens. But Aaron, thanks for your analysis as always. Aaron David Miller.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.